Hey everyone, so in today's video we're going to go over how to assess and find out if you have stiff hips in the golf swing. This is a major factor in people getting back pain in the swing or for them not getting as much power as they used to when they were younger. So in today's video we're going to go over how to figure out that you have stiff hips or not, and then to go over some exercises that you can do while you're watching TV to get looser and hit the ball farther with less pain. A quick and easy way that you can assess this yourself is tuck in your shirt so that you can see your belt buckle or the seam of your pants. And then you're gonna turn as far as you can with your whole body one way and as far as you can with your whole body the other way. Not a bad idea to do this in front of a camera because you kind of can't see yourself doing this. But what you're looking for is, does the belt buckle turn a lot? Maybe somewhere between maybe 50, 60 degrees this way. What people with stiff hips will tend to do is that they will turn with their shoulders and the belt buckle doesn't really move much. So their face will turn behind them. But if you see on the video, you won't turn much very well, either one way or the other or both. So one of the first things we talk to golfers about is looking at their belt buckle. What does their belt buckle do during the swing? So you can take a video and look at yourself in slow motion and see, is my belt buckle turning away from the target? And then is it coming fully through to point at the target? Both of those are nice early indicators that you may not be turning your hips enough and that you're using your back or your hands way too much to get the ball down through the fairway. Now, one of the main reasons I have you in my lovely YouTube studio with all the golf simulators and everything is I wanted to use the couch to show you another really basic way of checking for rotation. So this is probably what, older adults in your life have done. They always talk about stiff hips, but this is a great way for you to check it, is if you sit down and you have a hard time crossing your leg over your knee, that's a good indicator. Now, it's harder when you're leaning forward. Even if you have a hard time doing it when you're leaning back, that's a good indicator that you have limited external range of motion, okay? And then the other thing that you can do, and it's kind of hard to do here on a couch, is see how far you can get your foot out with your knee staying stable, right? So for me, that's called internal rotation because the femur is rotating inwards. And then you can see that, and you can see on my left side, I can't go out as much, right? So these are two kind of simple ways that you can check to see if you have stiff hips. Well, now the problem becomes, what the heck do you do about it? So the simplest thing that I give to all of my golfers who have stiff hips is something called the 90-90 position. What that means is they get down on the ground and they get 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here, and then 90 degrees here. You want to watch out not to do this one, this kind of triangle, because that won't stretch your hip as far. So you get to here, and what you do when you work on internal rotation, this is something that works on your backswing for righty golfers when your right leg is back, is you turn and try and get your butt cheek to the ground. So you turn like this, maybe look away a little bit, and you should feel some stretch and some stiffness in here. That's a good sign. There's not a lot of muscles that do this specifically. You'll feel kind of like that little bit of a joint pressure. That's okay. As long as you don't feel pain, you're doing okay. Now, the other way of working the lead side in a righty golfer for the backswing is external rotation. So that's how you stretch internal rotation, is to turn this way. So to stretch lead external rotation, you lean forward like this, and you should feel a really good stretch either down and through here or maybe even the back of your hip, okay? So those two are great for stretching, right? And then, of course, you want to make sure that you have that nice follow through for a righty golfer. So you would just switch over to do the other side, and you would lean forward to feel that stretch in your trail side, right? Because you'll be externally rotating, you'll be looking towards that target. So you stretch here to get some mobility there. And then same thing is you're looking at internal rotation on the lead side, and you're turning as far as you can, trying to get a nice stretch, that kind of presser stretch here in the lead hip, right? So you get a good follow through. Now, you come from this position, It's great to be flexible, but if you can't move it, you don't know, you're not gonna get those results. So right after you do that, just work on maybe lifting up your foot. Okay? This is where most of my clients get a big, oh crap, I'm that bad moment, is that they'll start lifting and they'll be struggling and they'll be sweating and their body just does not know how to do this very basic movement. So try that out yourself. You can also do it on the leg in front of you, trying to lift that foot up. I'm not very good at this. Your knees should be down, but to be able to rotate up like that. So stretch into the stretch. I would say maybe about 30 seconds to a minute, and then about 5 of these little lift-offs, okay? And then 30 seconds, right, to a minute, then 5 of these little lift-offs. Turn around, same thing, stretch, stretch, lift off, lift off. Now there are so many more things that you can do for your hip to get both external and internal rotation to loosen up, but that's probably my favorite exercise to do. I call it the 90-90. You can do this while you're watching TV. If you have small kids or dogs, they love to come up to you while you're doing this. And the nice thing is, because you're not moving a heck of a lot, you're just stretching. This is something that you can do every night while everybody's watching TV. You can do it in the morning. You can do it very simply during your day. And it's meant to be something that shows your body these ranges of motion in a regular day so that it feels like nothing on the course. Okay, so if you can improve the range of motion of your hips, it'll allow you to more freely turn and then be able to implement some of the stuff either you're trying from different YouTube videos from great golf instructors or with your instructor at your local course. All of these things will kind of build together to help you get a faster, more powerful swing and hopefully be pain-free while you do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on other exercises to do for your hips, they are all in my channel. So subscribe, look down, especially in the shorts. I try and make them easy so people can use them in the gym. And hopefully this is something that you can use to get yourself more flexible. I know in Arizona here it's the upcoming golf season, but for a lot of people watching this, it might be kind of mid to end of the season. This is a great off-season thing to really focus in on when you can't get out there on the course. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for your time.